If you're a man over 60, this video might just save your life. Millions of men are unknowingly sabotaging their prostate with everyday habits they think are completely harmless. If you've been dealing with frequent trips to the bathroom, weak urine flow, or waking up multiple times at night just to pee, your prostate is screaming for help. But here's what most doctors won't tell you. It's not just about getting older. It's about the seemingly innocent things you do every single day that are slowly, silently making your prostate swell up like a balloon. I've spent years studying men's health, and I've seen 70-year-olds with perfect prostate function and 65-year-olds who can barely leave the house. The difference? Just a handful of daily choices. Today I'm exposing the 10 most dangerous habits that are secretly enlarging your prostate right under your nose. And habit number 1 is so common you probably did it this morning without even thinking twice. This isn't about fear, it's about giving you the power to take control before it's too late. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop prostate enlargement in its tracks, naturally and safely. So stick around until the very end, and please share this with any man who needs to hear this message. Let's dive into the 10 habits that could be destroying your prostate without you even realizing it. You might think you're being smart by cutting back on fluids to avoid those embarrassing bathroom trips, but you're actually making everything worse. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes like toxic sludge, thick, concentrated and loaded with irritating chemicals that burn your bladder and prostate every time you pee. Your prostate sits right underneath your bladder, and when that bladder is constantly irritated by concentrated urine, it sends waves of inflammation straight to your prostate. It's like pouring salt on an open wound day after day. The worst part? Chronic dehydration makes your blood thick and sluggish, starving your prostate of the oxygen and nutrients it desperately needs to stay healthy. Many seniors are on medications that already dehydrate them, and when they avoid drinking water on top of that, it creates a perfect storm of inflammation. Your body starts holding on to toxins instead of flushing them out. And guess where those toxins love to settle? Right in your urinary tract, irritating your prostate even more. The solution is simple but powerful. Sip water throughout the day, even when you don't feel thirsty. Aim for urine that's light yellow or clear. That's your prostate's way of saying thank you. Don't let fear of the bathroom destroy your prostate. Use water as your secret weapon against enlargement. Your favorite chair might be comfortable, but it's slowly choking the life out of your prostate. Every hour you spend glued to that seat, you're cutting off blood flow to your most sensitive areas. Your prostate needs fresh, oxygen-rich blood to function properly, but when you sit for hours on end, you're literally suffocating it. Think about it. When you sit, your entire pelvic area gets compressed. Blood flow slows to a crawl, inflammation builds up, and your prostate starts swelling like a sponge soaking up poison. The longer you sit, the worse it gets. Your pelvic muscles get weak and lazy, making it harder for your bladder to empty completely. That leftover urine just sits there, festering and irritating your prostate even more. Men who spend their days planted in recliners or desk chairs are setting themselves up for years of urinary misery. It's not about avoiding rest. It's about not letting your body turn into a stagnant pond of inflammation. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Stand up and move for just 2 to 3 minutes every half hour. Walk to the kitchen, stretch your arms, take a few steps around the house. This tiny habit keeps your blood pumping and your prostate happy. Don't let a sedentary lifestyle create a nightmare you'll regret later. That morning coffee ritual might be sabotaging your prostate more than you realize. Caffeine is like a whip cracking over your bladder, forcing it to work overtime and putting tremendous pressure on your prostate. Every cup of coffee, every energy drink, every strong tea is making your bladder muscles contract harder and more frequently. But caffeine doesn't stop there. It also tightens up the muscles around your bladder neck, making it nearly impossible to empty your bladder completely. So you're left with a bladder that's working too hard and never fully emptying, creating a toxic environment that inflames your prostate day after day. For men with sensitive or already enlarged prostates, caffeine is like throwing gasoline on a fire. The constant stimulation leads to urgency, leakage, and that horrible feeling that you always need to go, but can never fully empty. The inflammation just keeps building up, making your prostate swell bigger and bigger. One small cup of coffee in the morning? Usually fine, but when you're downing multiple cups throughout the day, plus tea, plus maybe an energy drink, you're pushing your prostate past its breaking point. Try switching to decaf or herbal tea after your first cup and watch how much better you feel. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's about protecting what matters most. Every time you reach for that hot sauce or microwave dinner, you're feeding inflammation directly to your prostate. Spicy foods might make your taste buds happy, but they're making your prostate absolutely miserable. Those fiery peppers and hot spices create inflammation throughout your entire body, and your prostate, being one of the most sensitive glands you have, takes the worst beating. Processed foods are even worse. They're packed with chemicals, preservatives, and artificial garbage that your body doesn't recognize as food. These toxic ingredients trigger inflammatory responses that head straight to your prostate like guided missiles. The high sodium levels cause water retention and put extra pressure on your entire urinary system. But here's the real kicker. Processed foods also mess with your hormones, especially testosterone, which directly controls how big your prostate gets. When you're eating from packages instead of nature, you're basically asking your prostate to grow bigger and cause more problems. If your meals come wrapped in plastic more often than they come from the ground, your prostate is already paying the price. You don't need to eat bland food forever, but focusing on fresh, natural ingredients instead of spicy processed junk can give your prostate the break it desperately needs. This habit is probably destroying more prostates than any other, and almost every man does it without thinking. Every time you hold it because you're busy, driving, or just don't want to get up, you're creating enormous pressure that crushes down on your prostate like a hydraulic press. When you force your bladder to stretch beyond its normal capacity, all that pressure pushes down directly on your prostate. Over time, this constant crushing leads to irritation, swelling, and permanent enlargement. It's like squeezing a sponge, except the sponge is your prostate and the damage is irreversible. But the damage doesn't stop when you finally go to the bathroom. Holding urine for too long damages your bladder muscles, making them weak and unable to empty completely later. So you end up with stagnant urine sitting in your bladder, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and more inflammation. For men over 60, whose bladder and prostate muscles are already weakening, holding urine is like playing Russian roulette with your urinary health. Every time you delay that bathroom trip, you're rolling the dice on infections, more enlargement, and potentially serious complications. The smartest thing you can do for your prostate is simple go when you feel the urge. Don't wait, don't delay, don't try to tough it out. Your bladder and prostate are partners. When one suffers, they both suffer. If you're still smoking, you're basically poisoning your prostate with every puff. Cigarettes flood your body with toxic chemicals that choke off blood flow to your most vital organs, including your prostate. Without proper blood flow, your prostate can't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs, so it starts breaking down and swelling up. Smoking also cranks up inflammation throughout your entire body. Your prostate, being extremely sensitive to inflammatory chemicals, responds by getting bigger and more problematic. The longer you smoke, the worse it gets, and the damage adds up faster as you age. But here's what most people don't realize. Even if you quit smoking years ago, being around smokers regularly can still damage your prostate. Second-hand smoke contains the same toxic chemicals that reduce blood flow and trigger inflammation. Smoking also destroys your body's natural antioxidants, the same antioxidants that protect your prostate from damage and disease. Without these protective compounds, your prostate becomes a sitting duck for all kinds of problems, including enlargement and even cancer. If you're still smoking, quitting is the single best thing you can do for your prostate. If you've already quit, avoid second-hand smoke like the plague. The benefits start almost immediately. Within weeks, your circulation improves and inflammation starts going down. It's never too late to start protecting your prostate. This might be the most dangerous habit of all because it's so easy to ignore. Your prostate can be enlarging silently for years before you notice any symptoms. By the time you realize something's wrong, the damage might already be severe and much harder to fix naturally. Regular checkups catch problems when they're still small and manageable. A simple exam can reveal inflammation, early enlargement, or other issues that aren't causing obvious symptoms yet. Catching these problems early means you have way more options to fix them naturally without medications or surgery. Many men avoid these checkups because they're embarrassed or scared of what they might find. But here's the truth. Ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. It just makes it worse. The men who stay healthiest throughout their lives are the ones who face problems head-on when they're still easy to handle. Delaying checkups can turn minor issues into major emergencies. Problems like urinary retention or serious infections often happen because small issues were ignored until they became big ones. Seeing your doctor once a year to discuss prostate health isn't just smart, it's essential for any man who wants to stay active and comfortable as he ages. Don't wait until you're in crisis mode. Proactive care is the difference between managing your health and having your health manage you. Before we continue, let me share something that's helping thousands of men take control of their prostate health. It's called the Prostate Health Monitor, a simple app designed specifically for men over 60. It tracks your symptoms, monitors your fluid intake, reminds you to move regularly, and even schedules your doctor appointments. Why does this matter? Because consistency is everything when it comes to prostate health, and this app makes it almost impossible to forget the habits that protect you. Most health apps are designed for young people. This one understands the unique needs of men our age. It's free to try, and could be the game changer you've been looking for. You'll find the link in the description below. Don't let another day go by without the tools to protect your prostate. Red meat might taste great, but eating it every day is like feeding steroids to your prostate. Studies have proven that men who eat red meat daily have significantly higher rates of prostate enlargement and inflammation. The problem isn't just the meat itself, it's the saturated fats, the processing chemicals, and the hormonal disruption it causes. Processed red meats like bacon, sausage, and deli cuts are even worse. They're loaded with preservatives and chemicals that trigger inflammatory responses throughout your body. Your prostate, being hormone sensitive, reacts to these chemicals by swelling and growing larger. Red meat also takes enormous energy to digest, especially as you get older and your digestion slows down. This sluggish digestion leads to weight gain around your belly, which puts physical pressure on your prostate and makes everything worse. But here's the part that will shock you. The way most red meat is prepared, grilled, fried or charred, creates cancer-causing compounds that directly damage prostate tissue. You're literally eating your way to prostate problems. You don't have to become a vegetarian overnight, but cutting red meat down to once or twice a week can make a dramatic difference. Replace some of those steaks and burgers with fish, chicken, or plant-based proteins. Your prostate will reward you with better function and fewer symptoms. That spare tire around your waist isn't just affecting how your clothes fit, it's slowly strangling your prostate. Belly fat is like a toxic factory, pumping out inflammatory chemicals 24/7. These chemicals circulate through your bloodstream and head straight for your prostate, causing it to swell and malfunction. Men with bigger bellies are far more likely to have enlarged prostates, frequent nighttime urination, and weak urine streams. The fat around your middle also physically presses against your bladder and prostate, creating constant pressure that leads to inflammation and growth. But belly fat does something even worse. It throws your hormones completely out of whack. It increases estrogen levels while decreasing testosterone, creating the perfect hormonal storm for prostate enlargement. The more belly fat you carry, the more your hormones work against your prostate health. The good news? Even losing just 10 to 15 pounds can dramatically improve your prostate symptoms. You don't need to run marathons or starve yourself. Simple changes like smaller portions, daily walks, and cutting back on sugar can start melting that belly fat and giving your prostate relief. Getting your waist size under 40 inches is one of the most powerful things you can do for long-term prostate health. That belly fat isn't just cosmetic. It's a warning sign that your body is under attack. This is the silent killer that most men completely ignore, and it's absolutely destroying prostates across the country. Chronic stress is like pouring acid on your prostate every single day. When you're constantly worried, anxious, or tense, your body floods itself with stress hormones that create massive inflammation throughout your system. Your prostate is incredibly sensitive to these stress chemicals. Every time you get stressed, cortisol and other hormones rush through your body, tightening muscles, restricting blood flow, and triggering inflammatory responses that make your prostate swell and malfunction. Stress also tightens up all the muscles around your prostate and bladder, making it nearly impossible to urinate normally. The muscle tension literally squeezes your prostate, contributing to enlargement over time. Meanwhile, chronic stress weakens your immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off the inflammation that's already there. Most men over 60 carry stress quietly. Financial worries, health concerns, family problems, and it's all accumulating in their prostate. The result is frequent urination, urgency, pain, and a prostate that keeps growing bigger. But here's the incredible news. You have complete control over this. Simple stress management techniques like deep breathing, gentle exercise, meditation, or even just 10 minutes of quiet time each day can start reversing the damage immediately. Managing stress isn't just about feeling better, it's about healing your prostate from the inside out. Now you know the 10 habits that are silently sabotaging your prostate. The question is, what are you going to do about it? These aren't just suggestions, they're your roadmap to avoiding years of pain, embarrassment, and expensive medical treatments. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit from this list and commit to changing it this week. Maybe you'll start drinking more water, or take a walk after dinner, or finally go to the bathroom when you first feel the urge. Small changes create massive results when you stick with them. Remember that prostate health monitor app I mentioned? Now's the time to download it. You'll find the link below, and it's completely free to try. Having the right tools makes all the difference between good intentions and real results. Your prostate health is in your hands. You now have the knowledge to protect yourself naturally, safely, and effectively. Don't wait until the symptoms get worse. Don't wait until you're facing surgery or medication. Start protecting your prostate today. If this video opened your eyes to habits you need to change, do me a favor. Share it with other men who need this information. Together, we can help more men avoid the suffering that comes from ignoring these warning signs. Take care of your prostate now, and it will take care of you for decades to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll reveal the 5 foods that can naturally shrink an enlarged prostate.